Ah, greetings, ladies and gentlemen. We're looking at circular art. Now, this is part one for both the overlapping circles piece that you've seen and the mariner's compass. So either way, this is part one for that. We're going to create a spinner, what we call a spinner, just like a game piece, like you were flicking the spinner and seeing which number it landed on. And this spinner is going to have 8 equal parts, okay? That's why it can be used for both the overlapping circles one that you've seen and the mariner's compass. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do, first of all, you need to have your center point here. So go ahead and create that and pause it if you need to. And then we are going to create a 4-inch circle, a circle with a 4-inch radius, that is. And the reason I stuck to that 4 inches for all of these videos is because it fits on the paper. Okay, because the paper is 8.5 inches wide. And so if I have a circle that's 4 inches by 4 inches, then I have an extra ½ inch. Okay, now what I want to do is I want to split this guy into 8 equal parts. So I want to find out what 1/8 of the whole circle is as far as degrees goes. So the whole circle is 360 degrees. I want to know, what do I multiply 8 times to get 8 by to get 360? Well, there's a couple different ways to do that. I'm so familiar with these numbers, but if I divide 360 by 8, that's 4, and that would be 45 degrees. Okay, so I need to multiply 8 times 45 degrees. So I multiply the top by it. So if I want a piece or a fraction of the circle, then I'm going to have to make that, that's 1/8 of the circle, then I need it to be 45 degrees. Okay, another way to think about that is if I want the whole thing to add up to 360, and I'm going to have 8 parts, how many does each one need to be? Same idea, okay? I can use inverse operations, and I would get 360 divided by 8 is 45 degrees. So my measurement needs to be 45 degrees. Okay, just different ways to look at the same idea. So I am going to create a circle. If I split this guy up into 45 degrees, I'm lined up right there on my center point. This line's going through that, this line is going through that. I come up here to 40 degrees and I count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 45 degrees. Okay, 45 degrees. Now, I'll show you what we could do, and it would just take forever to do it like this. So that's why we don't do it. And there's more room for error. I could go up here and then start again and say, well, I need another 45 degree angle, so I'm going to line up with this line and keep going. 45 degrees, there's 40 plus another 5, and I can create a line up here. Okay, but there's a couple reasons we don't need to do that. First, since this is split into 8ths, I already have split this in half. What I'm looking to do is split it in half again and then split those halves in half. So what I can do is just go around and add 45 degrees over and over again. And what you'll see is there's 45 degrees. I'm real close. It's not perfect. Okay, 45 degrees there. Another 45 would give me 90. Another 45 would give me 135. Or I can come back here from this side, since I know I've already split that in half. Come back here 45 degrees. 40, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, then I'm going to flip the circle like we've done with the reflex angle. And I'm going to keep going. I can go off of either one of these sides as long as I'm centered. I've got 45 degrees, I've got 90 degrees, that's 45 plus 45. Come back here, I've got 0 up to 45, which is the same as 135, so I'd have 45, 45, 45, 45. Okay, You're gonna have to be real careful on this, and there's a good chance you're gonna make some mistakes. So be ready for it. Don't beat yourself up. Don't get frustrated. We've got time. Okay. Then I'm gonna line this up through one of the points. And you can see why I don't want to have to do these all separate, because I only have to do this 3 times if I'm just splitting this into 8ths. So I'm lining it up with the center, my center line there. I line all the way through. Okay, there's 2, and you can see those should be in line with each other. But I'm lining it up down here and with the center, and if I go all the way through, I'll be in good shape too. Okay, so every one of these is going to be a 45-degree measure right here. And if I added that up over and over again, 45, 90, 135, 180, it would keep adding up, and I would get, the total would be 360 degrees, okay? So I have a spinner that I've split into 8 equal parts. That whole idea of the spinner is if I put like an arrow or like a safety pin and I flipped it around, I'd have an equal chance to land on all 8 of these parts. All right, so that's the first part you need to create the mariner's compass or the overlapping circles, and good luck.